Again, I don't even know what I'm going to even speak about, but I know I'm going to be led in the right direction, and it's going to be something that I know is going to turn out, you know, useful. I'm reaching people now that need it, to hear it. They need to understand, that knowledge is the secret weapon that is brushed and covered up. And we're big in the faith, or we don't know anything about the faith, and we don't realize, man, we've been misled by someone inside of it, inside of the church. Slowly. It could be anywhere from them saying, all right, well, we should word the Old Testament like, new, and that's the one we only listen to. The other one's outdated and has nothing to learn from, and it doesn't go in line with the newer one that is more important. And we brush over what is in the New Testament, like his number one dude, Peter, telling you, look, that he says specifically, in the last days, scoffers will come mocking the truth. They'll say, where is the promise of him? Where is he at? Where's your God? It's the same things have been going on since the beginning of time, and nothing's changed. And he says they willfully forget. They're dumb on purpose about how he didn't play around with the world, and he took out his wrath on it and flooded it out. And he says they forget about that the world of old was formed in and out of water. So, the flood, it was because they were not connecting the lines between the same God. And then you got even further, you got 2/3 of the whole Second Testament, because I think we should word it that way: First Testament, Second Testament. And he wrote most of the New Testament, Paul, and it was his education that made him stand out. That's what made Paul special. He knew how to reach a new audience, and he was trying to educate the new audience that wasn't familiar with, the stories in it. They weren't familiar with the religion that they needed to understand and know why, he's saving you from these sins you weren't even aware you were committing. And you're not necessarily a bad person because you're doing them. You're just not educated on, how the first Adam failed us. He brought the sin into the world. Sin brought death into the whole world, and cancer and conflict in your family, and he brought that. The second Adam, as Paul was Jesus, who conquered, who beat it, who gave us a new way to experience the love of God. And he would educate them on problems that were inside of these small churches when he wrote the letters to them. Flee from sexual immorality. Don't you know the body is the temple? It holds the Holy Spirit. I wouldn't dare give my member to a prostitute. He's talking about the church that was doing those things. So casually, not even aware what they were doing was wrong. He was like, I can't even believe what y'all are doing. There's one son that's married to, like his mother or something. It was some weird freaky stuff going on inside there that he was like, man, you guys are pervs. I gotta educate y'all on the history of why what you're doing is even something I'm shocked you don't even realize you're doing. I'm shocked you don't even know it's bad. I'm trying to educate you on it, and this is the hope that comes with it. You'll learn a lot when you realize the weapon and the tools that Satan used. to make us not educated on how we could even get the power. Like I've had things come into place that the world now can see. You know, when I'm out of my mind, but you can see it in my eyes, I'm serious when I'm saying I don't even know why I'm really telling it, but I keep telling a Bible verse that I don't even actually look up, but I know I'm compelled to tell you, everybody, I'm not even going to be able to look at you, huh? And I can't even do it that good anymore. I'm not even going to be able to look at you, huh? And I'm out of it. I'm out of my mind, but I'm telling you something that God is telling you that is coming to pass, that has come to pass. He says, I'm not even going to be able to look at you with mercy or feel bad for what I have to do to you, because you're the reason. You're falling onto your own stupidity, on your own head. And it comes to a revelation when you hear me now. You hear how good I'm coherent and speaking. And then you think, okay, well, what made me so special for Satan to rip me apart like that? Remind everybody, oh, I failed a marriage. Look at me. I'm screwed up. I'm not. You know, to make me have to, look at my own damage, I did. I fell on my own head, on my own fault. That's why the stalker romance, I don't know, it's not, I know I was supposed to tell her something and tell her very important things that gave me the ability to even take Jesus even serious again, was seeing her. And I don't take anything from her, because I got to showcase how unique she is. And I also got to show you, when I'm in love, how I present it, and how I show you a side that you kind of understand about her now that nobody really was understanding. That I don't think she was either. But that doesn't take away the fact she's been so misled that she doesn't even recognize me as somebody that would be, the obvious choice that she should come running back to and apologize and say, I'm sorry, I don't know why, but it's not going to happen. But I do get to use that as a reference. Look, maybe I'm not something special. Maybe, I'm not anything worth having. But I had to be reminded of that, and I had to be reminded of how you can overlook the whole situation. You can overlook my downfalls and my brokenness. And I'm in a situation I don't know what I'm going to do about right now. And I need y'all to pray specifically, especially for me, to not have to face something that I probably will. And I couldn't tell you more clearer now. Obviously, I was not wanting to be the man that God knew I was. They knew it. They wanted to rip me apart and discredit me. Make it to where I'm not even somebody you should take serious. I'm not something you should even take any heed in what I'm saying. But now I'm telling y'all things in perfect, clear, understandable English. I just let myself be led, and I know I'm powerful, more powerful than the dark. When I was unaware that it could even fathom that it would be something demonic going on that was doing causing me to be reckless and destructive on my life, and I came with a furious, pace of non-stop. I just could not be stopped. Look how I was being ripped apart everywhere, in every direction, so I would make sure that I was not knowing what was going on. So I would say things that just won't what's going on, and have to protect my own humiliation by saying, oh, I got a hold on it. I know, but that pace I come at, that non-stop, nothing could deter me, nothing could stop me. That came from another power. That came from a powerful supernatural thing. That came from the love of God and his 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 wrath, that he just split me through all those. And now look, I'm telling you how it was obvious, because I didn't plan on doing any of that, but I did. I think there's a lesson to be learned at how clearer I'm talking, right? Because the minute I start talking about God, I straighten up and I start to get to where I can actually reach you. I can actually talk to you. I can actually make you maybe listen, you know? Nobody, the people was not going to listen to me the way I was going, no matter what I did. No matter who I got back, no matter who, it would have never been able to clarify me like I am now. So don't underestimate the power of Jesus. Do not underestimate him. Because I promise you, when you willfully forget, when you're dumb on purpose about what he does not play with, what he does not like being made a fool of, and when he tells you, when you mess with my people, you're messing with my eyeball, you're not going to like how I treat you, how I make you have to pay. And just the icing on the cake is I'm going to make the misfit, the crazy, the psychopath in the town, I'm going to make him remind you of how powerful I am. I'm going to make him be the clear speaker. I'm going to make him be the one that comes to you. I'm going to make him remind you how you all did nothing. Y'all should have no way, shape, or form helped anything. You didn't reach out. No messages in the whole town that saw it. Nobody. And you have to fall into your own stupidity and your own pain for letting that happen. Because now you got to face with the terms, oh my God, he's credible. He's giving you his credibility by telling you to go to the authority when I tell you test every spirit. Don't just take my word for it just because I'm communicating better, because I could easily manipulate you, because I got a spectacular vernacular. My favorite card manufacturer is Accurate, and I'm stashing it back here while I'm ripping it behind the shed back door, baby. I do not have a problem when I have it in line with what is what. And I pump these videos up, and I give you hope. I know everyone out there that is hearing this is just like, I knew there was something that drew me to this lunatic, and I knew there was something maybe I feel guilty about even liking the stuff he says, you know. Now you're getting hope. I'm giving you hope out there. It's not just the way, you know, you gotta accept it. And I know you probably only realize, man, I am depressed. I am needing something. I didn't know I could ever even use, you know, anything useful in the Bible to come to a understanding. Oh my God, yeah, I do recognize it now. I do say, you know, maybe there is more to it. You know, when there's a talking snake, nobody can pretend that I can't. That's not ludicrous and stupid sounding. But it's in the same book that's in line with things that we would have never thought, and we would thought was ludicrous when they said the earth hangs on nothing. It's spinning on pottery like the axis, and it's hanging on nothing. And with, you know, some are going to be sleeping when I come back. Some are going to be in the field working. That's how a round world works. Isaiah, he's going to stand at the sphere of the earth, the circle of the earth, the perfect circle, like a basketball, like a fruit. It's a circle. A perfect circle. And you're like, okay, well, I can't brush over the fact that, why aren't we even mentioning that? Why is the church not even saying these things that I'm saying? Don't you think that would be something, you know, interesting to the people to know that that book has got scientifically sound, accurate things in it that they didn't take into account maybe at that time? You know, when you're walking, you're just going to fall upside down. I mean, that's ridiculous. You know, and then they say, okay, well, it says he's got to spread it in all four corners of the earth. And you're like, nobody's broke it down with you. Okay, if you take a fruit, an orange, I can cut it into four corners. Because when you renew your mind and you're not conformed to the earth, you know how the world works. You know how the earth works. And you know, okay, they can only play in those set rules. They're not outside of it, peasant. They're not of this world, baby. They do not understand how it can easily be ripped apart and turned around and given to you. And I'm giving you this message right now. And it is God talking to you. God is telling you right now, pay attention. Let who have ears, listen. Whoever who has ears, listen. It's not about just being, oh my God, I was wrong about me, and I'm so right, and I'm the one that's got all the answers to all your questions. That's missing the point. The point is, this guy, for God's sakes, he's got all the answers to your questions, and no one else does. And he's answering questions about your faith that no one else in your faith is even, understanding enough that they're just being dumbasses. So I'm telling you, I come to you with hope. And remember, God loves you right where you are, right at this moment. As fucked up as you are, and it's not even something you even love or respect, let alone look in the mirror and say, I am something special. He's telling you you are right where you are at this moment, not where you're supposed to be. Because I promise you, nobody is where they're supposed to be. And nobody is ever going to be where they're supposed to be. So put the concept of God out of your mind. That he's only really going to even be big as that concept. So your concept of God is only as big as your concept of God. Make sure whoever has ears, listen. Because I'm not telling you it in a disrespectful, arrogant way. I'm telling you it as a matter of fact. As something, I'm saying as a matter of fact. I'm not saying it as a matter of fact. I'm telling you. Don't be surprised and don't overlook me. Because God didn't. Because the minute I realized I was in line and he revealed himself, when I don't even like saying that, revealed. When he showed me, he was in line with what I'm saying. And you're right, stupid. I don't misunderstand you. I promise you, I like the cut of your jib. And I like the way you are. And I made you special. I made you in awe. You're the one that is not misunderstood by me. And I made you that way. And I love you that way. And it's beautiful that people are getting help and people are listening now, and I'm getting I'm blowing up, especially with the subscriber amount. I'm just constantly growing, and I appreciate that, because that is not easy, and I promise you I'm going to make it all the way to the top. And when I do, I'm taking God's message with me. So here is probably something that this is a video that's not even going to be looked on until after, but I promise you I'm on that way. And remember, I had been saying it for a long time because I know how it's going to end. And it's not going to end with me looking stupid anymore.